These are 30 features Minecraft Bedrock needs. You may confuse achievements with advancements, however they are two completely different things. Achievements for the Bedrock Edition are linked to your Xbox Live accounts and cannot be unlocked more than once, even in a different world. Advancements are world specific. Whole entire minigames are centered around getting all the achievements, also creating a fun challenge a Bedrock would be delighted to have. Amplified worlds contain very exaggerated Minecraft terrain and have been available for both the Legacy console and Java Edition. Implementing this new world type to Bedrock would allow a new dynamic to both survival but also creative mode for building around the new constraints. Map markers made with banners are a niche feature but are great for waypoints and map walls inside your world. Appearing as a simple colorable icon gives that extra needed use of the map item. The ability to change texture packs while in-game is a time saver I'm sure many Minecrafters dream of. Having to exit the world, go into settings, alter your resource pack selection, then loading back into the world is highly inconvenient. The cinematic smooth camera is almost essential for anyone wanting to create film-like videos in Minecraft, and while you can use a controller to get a similar effect or by using the full keyboard gameplay and setting up hotkeys to rotate the player either up, down, right or left, I am positive many Minecraft YouTubers wish they had the full flexibility of a smooth cinematic camera. Crouching under slabs changing your hitbox was an unexpected feature to the Java Edition. Since then, the community has come up with several very useful ways you can take advantage of this simple yet complex addition, so it was surprising to never see it implemented on Bedrock. Especially claustrophobic tunnels, more difficult parkour, or a hidden entrance to a secret mine are all ways this could be utilized by map makers. Custom superflats have always been fun but also useful, from a fully TNT landscape to the classic redstone ready sandstone covered testing world. Even a complete void can be easily created with custom superflats, so when console players were moved to the Bedrock Edition in the Better Together update, many players were disappointed and hoped to see a return of the feature soon. The Debug Stick is very useful for any technical player. Altering the state of any block in the game can come in handy with this command-only item, while a feature many Minecrafters probably do not even know about. For those that do, it can be extremely useful without the help of external mods that do not yet exist for Bedrock. Changing the color of text on a sign with dye is very user-friendly. Instead of searching your keyboard for some random symbol to then put another random number after, using dye on sign text is a must-have for anyone that likes to personalize their Minecraft builds at ease. The plethora of game rules still to arrive for the Bedrock platform is slowly decreasing. However, simple ones still remain, such as /seed to find the seed of the world you are in. Basic quality of life additions go really far to help the technical and map maker player base. Making it your favorite song but in a Minecraft remix with the various note block sound can be really fantastically fun, even as a doorbell tune. However, the note block is missing a couple of instruments that can be enabled using the block type below. The wooden sounding xylophone to even the amazing cowbell, my favorite, are unfortunately unfound. You may not have known Java Edition has extra settings the Bedrock Edition does not, from whole entire custom languages to simply being able to set your maximum frame rate and toggling VSync. This also includes many shortcuts, such as taking a screenshot and listing all the players in the world you are currently in. The F3 screen for keyboard users is a great place to store all the information you only need in a small portion of the playtime. Although Bedrock Edition does have coordinates, moving them to an F3 screen would mean they don't take up screen space all the time, which is extremely valuable on smaller screens for mobile devices. As well as the light level and FPS counter, implementing a new shortcut for keyboard users would be immensely appreciated. Next up, the furnace minecart. What needs saying? The Java Edition has it, why can't we? This is the most wanted feature to be implemented to Bedrock, and I still don't understand why it has yet to be added. Hardcore mode is a game mode that exists in countless other video games outside of Minecraft, commonly known as permadeath. Once you die, that is it. The world is no longer playable, and you have lost. This would add an extra challenge to the usual survival gameplay, and yes, you could just make a normal world and delete it after you die. That is as silly as saying you can create your own furnace minecart with add-ons. It is just not the same. Speaking of modifications, mods are needed for Minecraft's survival. It ensures that even if Mojang suddenly disappeared, the community can still modify and create additions themselves. We have already seen seen on the Java edition the true capabilities that are possible, from working portal guns to simply making the game run faster. This is a must of the must in my opinion. But if you wanted to stay with unaltered vanilla Minecraft, introducing NBT data tags. Ever wanted to give yourself an enchanted sword with commands? Ever wanted to create an upside down rainbow sheep with no AI and jump boost 100 using a single command? Well, now you cannot, because NBT data has not been implemented to Bedrock Edition yet. The offhand is for anyone who likes multitasking, strip mining for diamonds, holding your torches in one hand and a pickaxe in the other, or flying with your elytra using rockets in the offhand and your pickaxe in the other. Well, maybe not that one. What if you're left-handed though? This feature could really help you. Quasi-connectivity, the thing we see all the amazing Java Redstone players using but then have no idea what it actually is ourselves. Selectable text for both signs, command blocks, and any area you input text would be a lifesaver. This includes copy and pasting, Control-Aing your whole entire friend's novel and deleting it, then Command-Zing it back because you're actually on a Mac, and then realizing that your joke is dumb because Bedrock does not exist on a Mac. Shield banners are great. Allowing you to customize one of your battle tools is amazing, especially considering the amount of different banner combinations you can create using the loom. As a way of indicating your team or that you love the dirt block, this is a feature that will probably never get added. Allowing the simulation distance to be equal to the render distance is taxing for performance on low-end hardware. However, for those that do have beefy computers or servers, this would be great for loading all of your farms at once. Countless sound effects are reused or outdated on Bedrock, and while that is great for nostalgia purposes, we can only have them be nostalgic if they get removed. Things like the trapdoor and water splash can go from to and from to. Spectator Mode is yet another game mode absent on the Bedrock Edition, probably because of performance reasons, taking you into an invisible, immortal, immovable, indissolvable, meaning you can go through possessable. I am a spider. I am a creeps. I think you get the idea. Being able to pass through blocks like a ghost can be very useful for tracking down underground structures or biomes. Spectral Arrows are a special type of arrow that once shot into another mob or player will give them an effect, highlighting an outline around them visible behind solid walls and objects. Hopefully this will be added once Mojang updates the player versus player PvP for the final time. A statistics screen that keeps track of a whole bunch of useless but braggable information would be very helpful when boasting to your friends, seeing how many times you have died, how many not miles you have traveled. This is a great Java exclusive, often overlooked. Version switches do already exist for the Bedrock Edition, but they are very sketchy, very fishy, and not liked by the Windows Store. You do not want to mess with the Windows Store. Let me update Minecraft! A supported version switcher would allow the player to go back to those old beta and alpha versions, but for Bedrock. Remember the Pocket Edition, Light Edition? Those were the good old days. The world border is something that very few players will see, but where it has a bigger impact is servers and minigames. PvP games such as survival games require players to fight each other, so as time goes on, the border will close in, forcing more and more people to fight. This would mean that Bedrock servers would not need to suddenly teleport players to a deathmatch after 5 minutes. 100% TNT drops is awesome for making automatic farms that would otherwise require the player to mine blocks manually. Currently, TNT that explodes blocks does not drop all of them into an item form. 1.9 PvP! No one wants that. It's just me? Okay. 29 features Minecraft Bedrock needs that the Java Edition already has. Disclaimer, this video is not hitting on Bedrock Edition, but simply raising awareness of features that need to be added or prioritized. I like the Bedrock Edition of Minecraft and is the version I primarily play on and prefer. That is the end of this video. Thank you to my Patreons. Stick around, as next week I will be covering Bedrock features and not in the Java Edition. Goodbye, and no, I did not forget about building on the nether roof. You forgot.